Go ahead.
Hey guys, welcome to our goal setting call here. We're going to be talking, Allison and I are going to be talking about goal setting this month and just basically our, mindset. I mean, a lot of us have had a great month last month. Maybe you met all your goals, maybe you exceeded your goals, and maybe you just went under your goals. But whatever it is, we're going to be talking about that. And it's okay. It's okay if you didn't reach your goals, but always have something in mind for your goals. This is definitely something that you can't just let happen organically. If you have a goal, you're going to want to write it down. So every single month, I want to write down where I want to be at the end of the month. I could look at all my points and where I really want to be. So my goal is ultimately emeralds. And I'm going to go and look at my points from last month and how many points do I need to get this month. And then every single month, you're going to actually want to grow by 20%. If your goal is to go gold, then you need to map out how many people you're going to need to get there. And I know right now I've been invited to a lot of groups and I've been trying to friend a lot of new people. That should be a goal as well, is friending 3 new people a day. That's what I'm working on. I haven't gotten to that point where I'm actually friending new people a day, I'm going to be honest. But one of my goals this month is to just make more connections and make more friendships and relationships. I am part of a lot of Pilot Wives groups. And, just today, somebody posted in one of my Pilot Wives groups about how she and her husband is one of the 1,900 pilots that are being furloughed with all of this economic downturn. And sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional, but, just knowing that there are these people out there that really need this opportunity, really need it for their money, maybe for their health as well, and really to keep your eyes and ears open for people like that. So going into these groups and friending these people. So I sent her a friend request. She hasn't accepted it yet, but who knows? But she put out this, long, beautiful post, I'm so thankful for this group and the support and everything. And I just felt like that's somebody I want on my team. And I would want to maybe help and to coach and maybe help them earn some money, and because they don't have anything to fall back on. Her husband is going to be looking for a job, and I know that there's a lot of people out there like that. So, just keeping your ears and eyes open, being sensitive to people and to where they're at, really is my heart for this month, is just looking for that. And people are looking for that opportunity right now. And that is my goal, to just, friend people every single day. And really just get excited about the products. Every single day, just putting yourself out there, being vulnerable about your story, really sharing your story. That is where people are going to be drawn to you. Share your story about the products. Don't just share other people's testimonies. Share your story and what is helping you right now. And your sponsor or whoever you're with can help you, maybe write out your first post if you are doing this for the first time. And sorry, looking at my notes over here, I'm getting a little confused. Another goal is to reach out to 5 new people a day, every single day. So obviously, if you want to grow by 20%, you're going to want to reach out to at least 5 people every single day. That's about 20 people a week. And every week, have 20 people in your hot 20 list. Go through your friends list, go through your groups and everything like that, and find people who are going to need this opportunity. So those are a lot of goals that are good to have for this month. And just really show your excitement. Show about the friendships that you've made along the way, and the growth and the mindset. I mean, I have grown so much in this business, and I'm still growing. I'm still continuing to grow. I'm still doing that, reading books and listening to podcasts all the time. So these are a lot of goals that I have put out for myself. And I don't know, just get excited about this opportunity. So I'm going to let actually Allison basically open up to how you can map out your goals, how you can, if you're looking to go golds, and breaking that down and point by point. And she's going to kind of go into detail a little bit about that. So that's really all I had to say, just kind of quick, real quick tonight. But anyway, I'll leave it to you, Allison.
Thank you. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing. She made some really good points about setting your small goals. Set your daily goals about what you're going to be doing, who you're going to be reaching out to, how many people, thinking about your why, getting excited. Like, all of those things are amazing for your smaller goals that, to help you get where you need to be. And so when you're talking about things like ranking up, it's real easy to look at it and go, oh my gosh, I need X number of points. I don't know how I'm going to figure this out, because I speak from experience. If you map your points out, then it works. And if you don't, you just kind of end up spinning your wheels. And you're working, but things aren't happening because you don't have anywhere to go. So when you're thinking about a goal, I want you to think about like getting into a taxi. And if you just kind of sit there and let them drive around, you might go somewhere, but is it really going to be where you want to go? You don't know. You might end up somewhere totally wrong. You might tell them 27 places you don't want to go, and they're like, okay, great, now what? So it's very, very important when you're setting goals to have a very clear focus on what your goal is and where you're going and why. Sorry, I hope you guys can hear me. My screen looked like it froze. So when you're talking about points and you want to look at a larger growth, when you're going silver, super silver, even sometimes to gold, it's easier to set your goals based on the daily stuff that Lauren was talking about, who you're reaching out to, who you're making new friends with every day, that kind of stuff. Because that's how you're going to get there for the smaller goals. And then when you start to move up a little bit, those numbers look bigger, and you need to kind of branch out and look at who you're going to help, because it becomes very much a team effort, and it's about you helping your team meet their goals. So finding out what their goals are and helping them meet those is how you hit different ranks as you go up. So when you have someone, maybe you want to go senior gold, maybe you want to go ruby, maybe you want to go senior ruby, whatever. You want to be looking at, okay, who can I get to silver this month? Who's getting to gold? Like, look at everybody that's wanting to rank up and how they can get there. And you just kind of work your way down. So you would look at your, maybe you're level 1, and maybe they have a bunch of people under them. Okay, who's working under them? What is their goal? How are they going to get there? And so you start mapping out where the people are currently and where your new people are coming from. If you're adding anyone new, are they open to posting and bringing on at least one accountability partner? That kind of stuff will help you figure out, where all of those points come from. And when you're doing the goals, I'm going to look at my notes a little bit more here. When you're setting goals, I want you to think about SMART goals. So I don't know if you guys have heard about SMART goals. I know some of you have, but that is, it's the acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So for specific, you need to be thinking about like, okay, well, what do I want to accomplish? Why is this goal important? Who is it? Where are things happening? Are there resources or limits involved there? For the second one, measurable, that you want to be looking at how much, how many, as in how many people are we talking to every day? How many people am I going to help go silver? How many people am I going to help rank up? Like all of, very, very specific. And kind of make sure you know how you're going to be measuring whether this goal is attained. Because if you just say, well, I want to talk to a bunch of new people, well, how are you going to know when you get there? You're not, because you just said a bunch of new people. If you say, I'm going to friend 3 new people every day for 5 days out of the week. Okay, when you friended 15 people, you've hit that goal and you friended 3 people a day, right? So measurable means you're really able to count it and to know when you've hit it. Achievable is more like making sure that it's something that is realistic. It's attainable. Like you want to stretch yourself a little bit, but if you're gold and you're like, you know what, my goal is to go emerald next month, that may or may not be an achievable goal. I mean, if you've got a whole team of people that are super excited and ready to share, maybe. But if you're not there and you have, a couple of people working with you, that's not necessarily a realistic goal in that time frame. So you want it to be stretching you a little bit, but you want to make sure that it's doable. Like Lauren said, you kind of look at that 20% rule. That's sort of a basic. If you're wanting to grow faster and you're willing to do more, set that bar a little higher, but don't set it so high that you're kind of setting yourself up to be disappointed. So, you want to make sure that you have all of that in line. And when you're setting those goals and you're making sure that they're achievable, make sure that you're talking about things that are in your power. Because if you have a team of a couple people that are working and you're like, I want 400-point growth this month, that's not going to depend entirely on you. And so you have to make sure that your goals are talking about things that you have control over. So I'm going to give my leaders the tools that they need to reach their goals so that we can, aim for 400-point growth this month, things like that. So you can give people tools, but they still have to do it. And so you don't want to make a goal that's based on someone else's actions, because then it's really hard for you to know that you put in the right amount of effort for it and to know, that it's doable. So the R is relevant. Is it worthwhile? Is it the right time? Does it match like the effort that you're willing to put out? Is this what I really, really want? You need to make sure that it matters to you. It needs to be personal. There has to be like an emotional connection basically to your goal. There needs to be that really strong why, and that needs to drive your goal setting as well. And then time bound is the end of that SMART acronym. So when it's time bound, you need to answer when, when is this happening? Am I giving myself a couple people a week? Am I talking, you kind of need to break it down daily, weekly, monthly, 6 months, whatever it is that you're setting goals for. Make sure that you're giving it a time constraint, because that holds you accountable. And that helps your leaders hold you accountable, and your sidelines hold you accountable when they're like, hey, you said you wanted this. Are you doing what you said? Are you doing what it takes to get there? Because sometimes it's easy to set those goals and then, 2 weeks into the month, you're like, oh gosh, not a whole lot happened. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just look at this next month. But if your goal is to add 3 people personally and nothing's happened for 2 weeks, then you can look back and be like, but was I really talking to people enough? Was I really sending out enough messages? And then you work until you hit that goal, because you're setting that out there and you're saying, I'm adding my 3 people, and you work until it happens. And I mean, y'all, this is the time to not hold back. Like, this is school's back in session, whatever that may look like. It's a little different for everybody, but school is back. And so people are exposed to more germs, and people are, looking at winter months and, the immunity struggles and all of the holidays and all of these things that they've got going. People need what we have. So they don't necessarily know it, but they do. They need what we have, and we need to be bold. We need to be willing to kind of put ourselves out there. Like Lauren was saying, be vulnerable, like share your story, be bold, and don't hold back. And especially because things are so stressful right now, like this holiday time. So for a lot of people, holidays are stressful anyway, right? But then you throw all of this craziness with school and COVID and everything into the mix, and the stress levels are going to be even higher. So when you're putting yourself out there and you're going for these goals, be that light for people. Be the positive, that's out there on Facebook and Instagram, because it's so overrun with negativity and hatefulness, and it just, there's so much of that right now, and it's easy to kind of get caught in that sometimes. But I just want to challenge you guys to really stay positive. And when you're going for those goals, it can be a goal as, I'm going to make, someone smile today. I'm going to go out, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to smile so big, if whether you're wearing a mask or not, I'm going to smile so big that people can't help but smile back at me, right? Like, that's actually been a goal of mine, is how many people can I make smile today? I'm going to go for 5. And, that's an amazing thing to be doing. And that's putting that energy out there, and just, like I said, being the light, being positive, and being bold, and talking to people and starting conversations. So this is the time, y'all. This is the time to, make these goals and make them happen, and actually do the work, get out there, get with your sponsor, your friends, sidelines, whoever it is that's kind of your power partner or your accountability partner, and let them help you map this out. Let them help you, see how this all works, because I'm a very visual person, and I need to see that map. I need to see where people are and who's coming in, and like, I need to be able to see it. And mapping it out makes all the difference. Writing it down makes all the difference. So write your goals down. Drop them actually in the chat. When you get a SMART goal, drop them in the chat and let us take a look at them with you and hold you accountable and cheer you on, because that is what we love, love, love to do. So with that, I'm going to sign off, because we have another call coming up here in just a minute, about accountability partners and things. So that's going to be on a different Zoom. So hop on there. We'll hear from Lauren and from Randy. And I thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight for a little bit. And I will end recording here and talk to y'all soon. Thanks.